Are you planning on going to the province anytime soon? You plan on exploring the beautiful part of the Philippines that is not the city and not where tourists goes? Are you planning on maybe hiking the mountains deep in whatever place you decide is best? Maybe with some Filipino friends or with a Filipino guide that you just met at a hostel or something. I don't know. Maybe you're planning on doing all of this. If so, this video is for you. Because in this video, I am going to talk about a few things that you need to take with you when you want to go on an adventure in the rural part of the Philippines. We'll talk about the top 5 things that I think you really want to take with you when doing that. As always, before I get into the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button, because you liking and subscribing is the best way to support the videos that I make, and it helps me to continue to make these videos for you guys. You know me, I'm Jesse. I'm just your friendly neighborhood travel guru, or whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't know. I'm not really a travel guru, or however you say that word. Not really that. That's not me. I'm just Jesse. I like to talk about travel. I like to talk about living in the Philippines. I like to talk about being Catholic. I like to talk about relationship stuff sometimes. Sometimes I throw in some relationship things just for the fun of it, because it's fun. We like to have fun here. We don't like to be too serious all the time. So let's get into the video topic today. As you can see, I have my coffee. I'm a little wired today, so we'll see how it goes. Number 5, obviously you should know this already. The Philippines is a hot country. There's a lot of humidity, and temperatures usually, at least in Fahrenheit, at least in the 80s. A lot of times it's in the 90s, depending on when you're here, depending on if it's just rain, depending on what time of day it is, if the sun's out, you know, all that great stuff. Then it hits in the 90s. I like that. I like the heat. I don't like the humidity. I like dry heat better. I prefer desert heat, but I prefer any kind of heat over cold. So I'm cool with that. I also drink a lot of water. That is why number 5, have a water bottle with water. Plenty of water to back you up. See, I'm out. I need to get some more water. I'll be right back. All right, I don't know if I just did a time lapse, if I'm going to do a time lapse there, or if I just want to cut it out and whatever, like I always do in CapCut. But always have water. That is number 5. You have got to take water with you wherever you go. In the Philippines, I recommend just having a bottle of water and refilling it any time you get a chance. Any chance you get the time. I don't know what just happened there. Anytime you get the chance. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Refill it whenever you can. Make sure it's always staying refilled. Especially if you are in the rural part. I'm not speaking very well today, guys. I don't know what's going on. Especially if you're in the province area. You'll see it gets hot. It can get humid. And sometimes it even start raining out of just the blue, out of nowhere. But be sure to have water with you. I would say have a lot of extra water with you. Me personally, when I go hiking, I have at least one of these and enough to refill it 3 times. This is 16 fluid ounces, because I know it gets hot and I do drink a lot of water. I also recommend possibly buying some powder with electrolytes to put in there if you're hiking, or if you're going for long walks. I recommend doing that, because you're going to lose electrolytes from sweating. When I was climbing up the mountain with my fiance and her friend and her friend's fiance and the guide, we climbed up the mountain Gigantus to the cave, and that was a long climb. That took an hour, and boy, oh boy, did I feel like giving up many times, but I did not. It was tough, but it was worth it. I had a great time. I highly recommend, though, if you're going to do stuff like that, you bring lots of water. That's also something they taught us in the military too, to always drink water. So that's number 5, of course. Number 4, it depends on if you're going by yourself or not. If you're going by yourself, obviously you want to take something to start a fire, like a lighter or some matches. If you're not going by yourself, you're going with a local. They know that stuff. They know how to get fires started. Most of them do anyhow, at least in the province area. If you don't know how to start one yourself without the use of of matches or lighters, be sure to get, something like that. That way you're able to heat up food if you decide to take food. I like MREs. Well, I don't like them, but MREs from the military, they were always really nice because all you did was add a little bit of water to the pack. The pack would heat up, would heat your food up. Your food was good to go. Now, I'm not saying that food was the best, but MREs are great. So if it was up to me, I would tell you to just get something like MREs, something that is meal ready. Maybe you just have to hydrate it or do like what they do with the MREs. They're great. They work wonderful. MREs themselves have a lot of calories in them. I think I remember our drill sergeant telling us that in times of desperate need, one MRE should be able to do you per day at least. Most of the time that doesn't happen. You don't have to worry about that. Of course, that's in the military, that's something else. But surely in the province area, as long as you know what you're doing, you shouldn't have to worry about that at all. So get a couple of meals like that, or get some matches and some lighters if you've got some food that you'll just heat up, some canned food or something. I don't know, whatever you're bringing. Those are absolutely essential if you want decent food. Or you can just buy granolas. I suppose you could do that too. Granolas are good. It depends on, again, it just depends on how long you're going. Which leads me to number 3. When I go hiking, I like to stay overnight. I like to be up in the mountains and enjoy listening to the sounds of nature. Get a tent. Buy a tent. I don't have mine here with me. We left it at my fiance's aunt's place. But I suggest getting a tent. And the tent that we got is a big tent. It's for like 10 people or something like that. You don't have to get one that big. And actually I recommend that unless you know what you're doing, don't get one that big. So you'll have to carry it around and those get heavy. So get a tent to be able to sleep at night if you're planning on staying. If not, then obviously you don't have to listen to this. But I would recommend that if you're going to stay overnight, you know where you're at, you know that it's safe. I would also highly recommend that you have locals with you, because there are some places in the Philippines that are still dangerous at nighttime. There are some groups in the Philippines who are considered dangerous, and they could possibly kidnap you or do something like that. I'm not going to name any names. I know a guy here who is friends with some of those guys though, and he is as white as me, and he said some actually good things about them and about how they told him that they don't want to fight anymore, that they just feel like they're persecuted now, that they're in hiding because they feel like they're being persecuted. I don't know. That's just what I heard. Could be true. Maybe it isn't. I'm not going to get into that. That's just what I have been told by those people who know people in those groups. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're wrong. Maybe someone's trying to deceive me. But he was a white guy in the military just like me. And he lives right on their path. I don't know. Just be careful. Number 2, this one's very important as well. Make sure you bring an umbrella or a rain jacket and some good waterproof shoes, because you're going to think that it's sunny, beautiful, it's not going to rain. You're going to think that. I've thought that so many times here. The weather tricks me all the time here in the Philippines. I just can't understand it. I really can't. But there are times that the rain just out of nowhere. It just happens. Well, I don't know where the clouds come from. It's literally within 5 minutes. I'm looking at the sun, it's so beautiful. Then I look back down, I'm walking, doing my thing, and all of a sudden, rain. 5 minutes later. And it's like, where did this come from? How did this happen? How is this possible? It's like that scene from, what was it, Forrest Gump, where he said he was in the Vietnam War and it just started raining one day and it just kept on raining. Well, that happens here. All of a sudden, it just rains. And I don't understand how that happens. Sometimes it'll be sunny and it's still raining. The weather here is so interesting. It's hard to predict. Even on the weather apps I've seen for here in the Philippines, I can't think of one time that it's been accurate. Every time I'm like, oh look, it says it's going to storm. It doesn't storm. And then it'll say it's sunny. And it'll literally be storming when it says it's sunny. And then it'll be sunny when it says it's storming. It's so crazy. So make sure you do bring umbrellas, maybe a rain jacket, and waterproof shoes, and a lot of extra socks with that. That's one thing you want to be careful with. And Forrest Gump actually got this very much right. And they also taught this to us in the military. You don't want your socks to get wet and stay in your shoe. It can really mess your feet up. So just know that that's a real thing. That's not a joke. That's something they actually got right in the movie, and that's something that we were drilled into our head in the military. So keep that in mind. Some good coffee, guys. Got my good old trusty, got my new computer desk, by the way. And down there, you can see is my coffee machine. Of course, there you've got my Tanduay. Not that I drink Tanduay with coffee, but I mean, I would. I drink energy drinks with coffee. I mean, energy drinks with coffee. Well, I'll do that too, actually. But I drink energy drinks with Tanduay. But yeah, as you can see, that's my new computer desk. I stopped vaping and I got one of these. All it does is make air taste good. But when I went to Boracay, I bought a vape and messed up everything. It's completely messed up my progress. I'm very angry about that. But yeah, as you can see, there's my computer desk with everything in it. It's new. I like it. My fiance got it for me for my birthday. That and some new shoes that I desperately needed because I run in my shoes all the time. But anyhow, let's go to number one. Number one, you're going to be in the province part of the Philippines, period. You need to have money. Don't expect to come here and use your card in stores. Even the 7-Eleven here does not have a card reader. There is no place, not one store in this whole province that has a debit card reader or a credit card reader or whatever you want to call them. It's all cash. Not checks, not card, it's cash. And that's it. And I would highly recommend that if you're coming from the city, you get your cash in the city. Because I'm telling you, these ATMs here, they are a pain. The one in 7-Eleven never has money. It's the one everybody wants to use. The one at the BDO bank always has a long line. You take 30, 40 minutes before you get your money. There's another one, it's a hit and miss, and sometimes if it doesn't have the money, it'll take your money out of your account and you'll have to wait a few days before you get the money back. And then there's another one I don't even know about. I don't know how much money it has, but two of those ATMs work with American cards and two of them don't. The two that work with American cards, the ones from 7-Eleven that never has money, and the ones at the BDO bank, that's a 30, 40 minute wait. I have to send money to my fiance through Gcash and she can get it out through that. But you really seriously need to make sure you have money because a lot of the provinces here, they're not up to date on the technology yet. It's going to suck to be you if you don't have any money because they're just not going to know what to do if you give them a card. I like to keep my money in the bank. I don't like to have my money out in my wallet or anything like that. Which helps me a lot when I'm around people, especially the kids around here that are always asking for money. I literally never have money. It's always in my bank account. And if I need it, then I'll send it to my fiance or I'll try to get it out of the bank somehow. But you need to do that if you're coming to the province. You haven't been before, it's something you need to know. Because if you're wanting to buy food or if you're wanting to buy water while you're in the province, you will more than likely need actual money. So that's number one, probably the most important thing because at least with money, if you've forgotten anything else on this list, with money you can buy it. Because you can find, I think, maybe with the exception of a tent, you can find everything else in the province. You might even be able to find a tent somewhere. That's it, guys. So what's my lesson today? My lesson today is I'm telling you all these important things because I am highly encouraging you come to the province of the Philippines, or any other country, I suppose. I know Indonesia's got some nice places. Thailand and Cambodia, they all have some nice places. All those. Go to places like that and get your stuff and just check the place out. Don't stay all hooked up in the tourist areas like Boracay. Boracay's nice. There's a party life there. I had to be careful last time I was there. My fiance really got upset because there was a girl, a Filipino, that she thought was flirting with me. I don't think the Filipino was flirting with me. We said like one thing to each other, and I was telling her how to use a hookah. That was it. But my fiance, for whatever reason, she thought that it was going there. So just if you go, places like that, you just gotta be careful. So I would just recommend just coming to a province and checking the place out. Go hiking. Again, be aware of your surroundings. Possibly find a Filipino who lives in the area, or someone a local that can guide you and show you around. Do that kind of stuff. Don't be afraid to check out something new. It's okay. It's okay to not be in tourist areas all the time. That's why I like living here in the province. So in a way, I dread going to Manila because I'm going to miss the province. But I do want to be in Manila just because there are things that I need from the military that are in Manila, and I desperately need them, especially with mental health stuff that happened in the military. I need to be able to be close to a VA office, and Manila has a VA office for people who have illnesses that came while they were in service. So there's that. But yeah, there you go, people. There you go. That's your lesson. That's the top five things I recommend having. I'm sure there are more. If I forgot something, let me know down in that comment section. Let me know what I forget. You agree with what I said? maybe you have something to say about some of the random stuff I went off about, like with Boracay or my computer desk or coffee or Tanduai. I don't know, vaping, any of that. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And as always, people, remember, you're valuable and that you matter. God bless and peace.